Hey, welcome back. Today what I'm going to try to do is get flamed by everybody who likes wet sanding. So, if you're ready to throw some heat, bring it! Wondering what the next boat is? It's this one, which could also have been the test boat because it is shamefully disgusting. Scuffs, scratches, oxidation, and the dryness is legit. I mean, not even where the lines were covering it are there any sort of shine on this, except for right here. I think he put a little wax on it. So yeah, we got some general gel coat issues that I'm not going to be able to worry about, but it's a big, ugly boat. So this is what I'll be working on next. And if you're wondering, here is the test boat. It's still sitting here, and I haven't done the hull here because I do want to show you what that entails and how it goes. I've worked a little bit on the top side. But haven't done anything in the hull because I specifically want to show you guys what goes into this. Now, I did cheat a little bit, and this was just for me. So sometimes I need to make sure that I can do a thing before I tell everyone I can do a thing. I can do a thing. So here it is. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I know, I'm sorry, I said. I'm not trying to get your babies. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I'll be out of here in just a second. Anyway, so I've done this one a little bit just for my own, shits and giggles. The reason I brought you back here wasn't to highlight this boat. I will be doing an expose on this, Terry. So I just wanted you to know that it wasn't forgotten about. But Frame came out with a really cool beer. You guys have heard me talk about these before. This is their West Coast IPA. I don't know what that means. Who cares? They could have called it a Northeastern IPA for all I care. What's important is, while Frame also makes a bunch of other beers and some really good IPAs, I think I say that they're professional beer makers. This one is clear, it's not hazy, and it is super drinkable. In fact, let me show you how drinkable. As an IPA, usually IPAs have a little bite to them, they're a little bitter. Oh, I'm gonna move away from this bird. He doesn't need to be freaked out. Sorry, buddy, I'm out. Anyway, so Frame is a very drinkable beer usually, but this one, the West Coast IPA, sick. Check this out. Get rid of some foam, and then oh, I think I got down to about here. This is an easily drinkable beer. Now, I should warn you, I think it's 6.5 or 6.8. 6.8 alcohol. So this one will creep up on you a little bit, but in a good way. All right, let me get back into this POS. Polish optional Sea Ray. You guys thought it was piece of... Well, it is that too. So anyway, let me get into this and see what I can do, and then I'll bring you into the fold. All right, pieces. As you can see, I made a run to Seattle the last couple of days and picked up a decent amount. I think there's over $1,000 worth of freaking product here. So if you're wondering what it takes, while I have a bunch of wheels and a couple buffers and some extra extension cords and all sorts of little tools and products, the thing that really keeps me going, Super Duty Heavy Cut and Perfected. Perfected. So I don't know. I've heard rumors that they're actually thinking about discontinuing this, and that would be one of the stupidest things that 3M could do. But what I found is that 3M doesn't give a rat's ass about boats or RVs or the people that use their products. The fact that, I mean, you guys have read the instructions on this. It's all bullshit. Just don't listen to it at all. The instructions on this, all bullshit. Don't listen to it at all. The instructions on this, all bullshit. Don't listen to it at all. Watch what I do. Watch how I use it. You can see that it works. Get into this. So, using Super Duty 05954 and a soft 3M foam pad or wool pad, I'm going to apply a little bit of Super Duty. And I'm going to work on those. First, I'm going to spread it out. Okay, now that it's all spread out, I'm gonna hit my edges. What are edges? Edge, there's kind of an edge right here, a little edge right here. There's another one right there. So these are gonna be my edges. What I'm gonna do is plant this wheel up in this corner, put a little like a 5-degree angle up, so down in the front, up in the back. I'm gonna run it at a slow speed. And I'm just gonna walk back. And that gets the top 1/4 inch right there. And you might have seen on occasion my buffer kind of slipped, and I can't replicate it now, but while it's spinning, it slips. If it happens and I'm going back and it slips, I'll just cover it again. So it's a nice even thing. Now the next edge is underneath that. Okay, so it's basically the same thing. Spin it up, find a good angle, walk back. And you'll notice that there's a little bit of white here, but there's also a little bit of white up here. He's had 3 decal sets on this boat over the course of its life, so putting new decals on it hasn't helped. Maybe a decent polish job will. Now for the decals, I'm just going to kind of cover those. Boop. And that's it. Now the next edge is this little indent here, same thing. Plant, find a good angle, walk it back. So I neglected an edge. This right here, all of that is an edge. I should have hit that probably about the same time, but I didn't because I'm lazy. Can you guys even see that? Here, let's make sure you can see everything I'm playing with. All right, so yeah, I'm not happy with the white, but you know, it's not like I was grinding on it super hard, so the sticker was about to fail anyway. Not my job, not my problem. Okay, the next edge is this little guy. We've already done that. The next edge is down. So I'm going to reverse the buffer. So it's spinning counterclockwise. It's going to be doing one of these numbers off of this. Same kind of thing. I put it up here, find a good angle, and I just walk it back. Alright, so right about now I assess, although I still got to do the bottom, but in the blue, what's left? What's an edge? Nothing. So for the rest of this, I just kind of flatten out. I find a good angle again, but mostly flat, and I just knock that out. But since we got 2 edges, one up here, one down here, I'm going to focus on that. And then the bottom one. All right, so boom. I have no idea what that is. It looks like a really bad Gelcoat repair. Cannot be fixed. Moving on. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you need a demo, maybe lower. You see the difference. You can see a gloss. This is just the first step of at least two. I don't know if I'm going to perfect this or heavy cut it. It kind of depends on the boat, but you can see there's a difference. And it was easy. No big deal. Let me wipe this off and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's really gross. Sorry. I don't know if you think it's as gross as I do, but I hate looking at stuff like that. That's just hideous. You're gross. Anyway. Alright, let's take a look at this. Not bad. Kind of has a reflection. It looks blue, so the next step is to move forward. Other way, other way, other way. There you go. So the next step is to move forward and just do the same thing. Oh, look, there's another repair. That's gross. Oh, people. Those are stupid repairs. Anyway, this is it, guys. And then you do this and this and this and this until you get done with the boat. And then you come back and you clean it and you inspect it and you wax it. It's, you know, it's the same crap I've been telling you for a long, long time. If you're new to this, I apologize if I don't tell you some stuff also. Let's see. The idea that you have to go fast or slow is irrelevant. There's no such thing as the right speed. So again, if you're reading the instructions on a bottle, just ignore it. It's stupid to listen to people who haven't waxed a boat. And the instructions have been the same since the day they put that product out. Meaning that even though I've called them for over 10 to 11 years, actually I've called them for almost 15 years, telling them that what they're telling people is bullshit. And they don't care. They don't listen. They don't care. That's the truth of it. 3M knows that boats and RVs are only like 6% of their entire revenue stream. Why are they going to effort themselves into anything other than what they're doing? They don't care. And it's really kind of sad because if they did care, they'd probably have 20 to 30% of their business being from boats and RVs. But, you know, you can't tell experts what to do because they're experts. And I'm just a boat detailer, so how could I possibly have insight? Anyway, let's get back into boating and detailing and all that bullshit. See you in a sec. So this is a little thing I do sometimes when I'm, you know, doing a boat or whatever. I noticed that there was a bit of a gap here. I haven't touched this. Yeah. Okay. We're just going to fix this. This is stupid. Or, you know, nah, I'll pull it off. If I can. Can I? Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I'll go around it and just tell them that I can do it for $100. What the hell? I should take it off. I should take it off. I don't want to take it off because it's held on pretty firmly at the bottom. Okay, so this is a weird thing. I actually want to have a conversation with the owner. So I think I'm going to leave that there. I might not. You know, it's a weird thing to look at for a detailer. And while I could just take it off, buff that area, clean it, strip it, put a new set of adhesive on there, that's a pain in the ass, and it's not something that anyone's asked me to do. So should I do it? Yeah, you're damn right I should, because I'm the detailer. But I want to do it with the customer so that they understand what happened and so they get a sense of who I am and what I think about when I'm doing their boat. So I won't do it just yet. I'll wait a little bit. All right, you guys want to see how fast this goes? I mean, I know I'm going to get torched by everybody who wet sands. It's an absolutely... What, dogs? What? Dogs, get over here. Come on, it's been a while. I've been gone for days. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, You guys want to see what it takes, how long it takes to go from this? Huh? You want to see how long it takes to go from that to that? Now I know I'm going to get flamed by everybody who wet sands for a living. Look, 98% of boats don't need to be wet sanded. That's a fact. And for 50 years, everybody's just wet sand boats because that's what you do. Okay. Okay. Let's see. You want to start the clock? 3, 2, 1. Now keep in mind this is Super Duty, which is the grittiest stuff 3M sells outside of their Trizac, sanding paper. So if you like this reflection, here's the fun part. They've got 3 more compounds you can use on this if you wanted to. Plus you can use a foam pad if you really want to dial this in. So here's the fun part also, part 2. You're going to get a bunch of people in my comments section telling me that this is only going to last for a couple days, maybe a week, maybe a month. They're full of shit also. And they don't know what they're talking about. And I've dealt with this for over 20 years. So, actually not over 20 years, almost 20 years. Nobody has yet shown me that there's a faster way to do this. Nobody. I've been on YouTube since 2010. It's now 2024. So y'all have had 14 years to show me I'm wrong. Instead of commenting, why don't you just, step up and do a thing, video it and put it online. Let us all see that you're awesome and better. Also, for people who say that, if you wet sanded, the finish will last for years. Great. What magic wax do you put on here that lasts for years? Tell me, please. I constantly hear it, but nobody ever tells me the wax that they use. Or, funnily, they say that they use colonites, which is carnauba wax. So I know that it can't last for years. In fact, even the bottle says it'll last like 6 months and then you got to put new stuff on. So I'm done. If you want this better, heavy cut, perfected EXAC, clean it, strip it, wax it, you're done. And this will last as long as anything any wet sander has ever done in their entire life. And I put my reputation and my name on it. If you want to challenge it, feel free. Dare ya. Double dog dare ya. See that again? I do. I think it's kind of important to keep rehashing this and beating a dead horse. So let's go through the steps, shall we? First thing I'm going to do is take my trusty spur, which I love to death, and I'm going to clean out this nasty pad. To do that, I'm going to spool up my wheel all the way up to its highest speed. I'm going to engage the trigger and lock it. And then I'm going to hold it away from my face, hold my breath, and just kind of walk the spur out. If I have a dirty side on the back, I do the same thing. I don't, so I don't need to. So what you're going to hear is me just doing this. The very next thing I'm going to come do is this area. So you'll see how quick this goes. And fluff the pad back up. Huzzah! All right. And no, I'm just going to leave that the way it is. If I pull it off while I'm buffing, c'est la vie. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to do is spread this out, hit my edges. So spreading. All right, now I've got it all spread out. I am going to hit my edges. How do we do that? Boink! Now I'm going to do a little cross cutting, which is basically where I go one angle and then the other and then another. And then we'll flatten out. Some of you will notice that I pressed this in before I started spinning on it. That's so I didn't accidentally catch it and throw it off. Cross cuts. Wow, that took forever. And no, I'm not doing this right now only because I have to do some really weird stuff here to get around the fenders because blah, blah, blah. I'll do it eventually, but right now I'm just trying to show you how quick this can go. Again, you could wet sand this all you want. I'm sure it would take a hell of a lot longer than I just took. And it would cost more. And when you're done, you still have to compound it. So I just did all those steps in one shot. And I'm done. Again, you can put heavy cut and perfect it on here and you can get an even better reflection. And then when you strip this and go to wax it, it's gonna look awesome. And no, J-holes, it's not gonna fade out in 3 days, 3 weeks, or 3 months. It's gonna last an entire fucking season. And if it doesn't, I'll redo it for free. I really don't understand this neglected part of boat detailing that people seem to just rally against. Why? When it's so much faster, it's so much more efficient, it's cheaper, it does the exact same job. It takes the oxidation out of the gel coat, and what you're left with, as long as you've taken it all out, is gel coat. You can wax that and you can protect it and you can seal it and you can enjoy it, and it's easy to clean, it's easy to keep clean. So yeah, keep wet sanding till you're blue in the face. I really don't care. You're not going to change a thing that I do. My goal here is to change 1 or 2 things that you do. Come on. Just stop fighting it. We've gone to the moon, for God's sakes. Like, we've sequenced the genome. Blech. What? I've been telling you that the reflection increases with heavy cut, so I'll do this section right here with heavy cut, and then we can pan left and right, and you can tell me which side you think looks best. Okay, so I've got my heavy cut. Ta-da! I need to flip the pad around, so I'll do that right now. Get in your hole. There you go. All right, so a little heavy cut. About all we need, probably more than we need. And by we, I mean me. So here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Spreading. Cross cut. Same thing. Actually, okay, fine. I'll follow the steps. All right, next part, edges. Whoa, whoa, slow down, Tiger. Cross-cutting. All right, so bear with me here. There's a reflection of the side that was hit with heavy cut. You can see rocks, my cord. Okay, so I'm gonna pick you up here and we're gonna slide over about the first third of the A, Y, and C ray. That's the side that was done, okay? And as you go over, you can see a reflection, but it's not quite as crisp, is it? I'll tell you what, just for fun, I'll do this again with Perfected EXAC. So you can see what it looks like when that's done. Okay, so hold on 1 second. Okay, I've got my Perfected, ta-da, and a cleanish wool pad. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on here, it doesn't take a lot. I've already done most of the work with the Super Duty and the heavy cut. I'll just chill out there for a sec, make sure we're going slow, and I'll do the same exact section I just did. So a little bit here, a little bit here. I'm gonna spread this out. And let's get into it. Okay. Let's see. I'll wipe it off just so you don't get confused with the dust in the back here, which there's a lot now that I was here. So I'll just give this a quick wipe, just so that you know what we're looking at. Wipe this off. Not that there's very much residue on here, but it's nice to have it all cleanish. Okay, so now you can see a fairly substantially sharp image, not just off the blue, but off the white. Can you read a label? I think so. All right, let's move this over a little bit. So from the AY to the left, I haven't done with anything other than Super Duty. And you can see, again, while there is a reflection, it's not epic, but it's good enough to wax. Then you come over to this side. So when you hear me talking about the 3 compounds, oh, it sounds so horrible. 3 compounds, that's so many passes. I don't want to do all that work. Okay, fine, don't do the work. Just use Super Duty. Or just use Heavy Cut. Or just use Perfected. All 3 of them would have cut through this almost as well as the other. The benefit of having all 3 is you can scale your effort down. In other words, the first part with the Super Duty, go hard, go crazy, get aggressive, leave swirls. Second part with Heavy Cut, smooth things out. Third part with the Perfected, dial it in. Anyway, this is all it takes, guys. It's not that long. I've been here for less than an hour, and this is what I got so far. So, you know, a lot left to go, sure. But if this was your boat and you were told to sand it, look at all these contours. How do you do those evenly? How do you not take the decals off? How do you not grind completely through all your fittings and not sand off your snaps and all that? With the buffer, I never have any of those issues. So anyway, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go grab something cold to drink. Talk to you later. And that's all the time of yours I wanted to occupy. Thanks so much for it. I appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and maybe a like. That'd be cool.